What if one missing mineral was quietly linked to your bad sleep, your tense muscles, your racing thoughts, and that tired feeling that never really goes away, and your blood tests still looked normal? This same mineral helps your heart keep its rhythm, your brain stay calm, your muscles contract and relax, and your cells turn food into energy. When it runs low, almost everything still works, but nothing works quite right. I am Dr. Leo Vitas, and this is XENOVITAS, where we explore longevity, anti-aging, and biohacking. Today we are going to look at magnesium, the master regulator mineral. We will talk about what it really does, why modern life quietly drains it, how to get more from food, what to know about supplements, and when you need to be careful. No magic, no miracle cure. Just a realistic look at one of the most important and most neglected nutrients in your body, and how supporting it can change the way you feel now and the way you age later. Why magnesium is a master regulator. Magnesium is involved in hundreds of chemical reactions in your cells. You can think of it as a tiny coworker that shows up whenever your body needs to move energy, send a signal, or relax a tense system. When a nerve cell is ready to fire, magnesium helps control when that signal actually moves. When a muscle wants to tighten or let go, magnesium helps it do that smoothly. When your body builds proteins, repairs DNA, and manages the flow of calcium in and out of cells, magnesium is often sitting in the background, guiding the process. Because it is involved in so many steps, a shortage does not show up as one single clear symptom. Instead, it shows up as a general sense that your system is working harder than it should. That tired feeling that does not match your blood tests. Those tight muscles that never fully relax. That overactive stress response that feels stuck in high gear. This is why some researchers call magnesium a master regulator mineral. It does not belong to one organ. It belongs to your whole network. Magnesium and your nervous system. Your nervous system has two main modes. One is the alert and ready mode. The other is the rest and recover mode. Magnesium helps keep the balance between the two. Inside your brain, certain chemical messengers are calming, others are activating. Magnesium helps the calming messengers do their job and prevents the activating signals from running wild. That is one reason why low magnesium levels are linked in research with higher anxiety, more stress sensitivity, and problems with sleep. You can imagine magnesium as a hand on the volume knob of your nervous system. When there is enough, the hand can turn down the noise when you are trying to rest. When there is not enough, that hand slips away, and even small stressors feel louder. This does not mean magnesium replaces therapy, breath work, or any medication you might need, but it does mean that your daily intake of this mineral is part of the physical foundation underneath your emotional life. Magnesium, stress, and sleep. Stress and magnesium have a two-way relationship. When you are stressed, your body burns through more magnesium. At the same time, when your magnesium stores are low, you feel stress more intensely. This can become a loop. Modern life adds long work hours, constant notifications, and less real downtime. Your stress hormones stay higher than they should for longer. Your muscles never fully let go. Your digestion slows down, and your sleep becomes lighter and more fragile. Magnesium helps break that loop. It supports the part of your nervous system that slows heart rate and eases you into rest. It helps your muscles relax and reduces the small twitches and cramps that can keep you awake. Many people who start getting enough magnesium, especially in the evening, describe a different quality of sleep. Sleep that feels deeper, with fewer sudden awakenings. This is not a sleeping pill effect. It is simply what happens when the relaxation systems in your body finally have the raw material they need to work properly. Magnesium, energy, and muscles. Every movement you make, every thought you have, depends on your cells turning food into usable energy. Inside each cell, energy is stored in tiny packets. Magnesium is needed every time these packets are created and every time they are used. If you imagine your energy system as a rechargeable battery, magnesium is the connector that lets the battery actually charge and discharge. When magnesium is low, your cells struggle to make and use energy smoothly. You may feel this as fatigue that does not match your sleep. You may feel it as muscles that burn too quickly during exercise, or cramp more often. Magnesium also works closely with calcium inside your muscles. Calcium tells a muscle to contract. Magnesium helps the muscle relax again. Without enough magnesium, muscles can stay half tense. That can show up as clenched jaws, tight shoulders, restless legs, or cramps in your feet at night. Hydration, salt, and other minerals matter too, but magnesium is often a missing piece of the puzzle. Magnesium, heart, and blood sugar. Your heart is a muscle that never takes a break. Every beat depends on a precise flow of minerals in and out of heart cells. Magnesium helps control that flow. It works with calcium and potassium to keep the rhythm steady. When magnesium is very low, heart rhythm can become unstable. In severe cases, that can be dangerous. Even before that point, low magnesium may show up as palpitations, extra beats, or a sense that your heart is more jumpy than it should be. Magnesium also plays a role in how your body handles blood sugar. It is involved in the way your cells respond to insulin and take up glucose from the blood. People with lower magnesium intake often have higher risk of problems with blood sugar control over time. Magnesium is not a cure for any heart or metabolic condition, but it is one of the minerals that help your heart beat calmly and your cells listen more clearly to insulin. Ignoring it while trying to work on heart health or blood sugar is like trying to adjust a sound system without checking if it is even plugged in. Why modern life lowers magnesium? If magnesium is so important, why are so many people low in it? There are several reasons. First, many modern diets are low in magnesium-rich foods. Refined grains, sugar, and ultra-processed snacks contain far less magnesium than whole grains, nuts, seeds, and leafy greens. Second, chronic stress, coffee, alcohol, and some medications increase the amount of magnesium you lose through urine. Third, soil depletion in some regions means plants may contain less magnesium than they once did. Fourth, digestive problems can reduce how much magnesium you absorb. Conditions like celiac disease, inflammatory bowel disease, frequent diarrhea, or use of certain acid-blocking medicines can all reduce absorption. The result is a quiet gap. On paper, you might be close to the recommended intake. In daily life, with real stress, real digestion, and real losses, your body may still feel like it is running short. Magnesium from food. Before we talk about supplements, we need to talk about food. Your body generally prefers to receive minerals from food first. Magnesium-rich foods include nuts, seeds, beans, lentils, whole grains, dark leafy greens, and some types of fish. A simple plate that supports magnesium might include a portion of salmon or mackerel, a side of black beans or lentils, some brown rice or quinoa, and a large handful of spinach or other dark greens. Snacks like pumpkin seeds, almonds, or cashews can also contribute. Cocoa in its less processed forms has magnesium as well, although it also contains other compounds that may not fit every person. The more whole plant foods you bring to your plate, the easier it is to reach a supportive magnesium intake without thinking about it all the time. At the same time, it is honest to say that many people struggle to eat this way every single day. That is where careful supplement use can help, for the right person. Magnesium supplements in forms. Not all magnesium supplements behave the same way in your body. There are simple salts, like magnesium oxide, that are cheap but often poorly absorbed and more likely to cause loose stools. Other forms, such as magnesium citrate, magnesium malate, magnesium glycinate, and magnesium taurate, are often better absorbed and may be gentler on the gut at moderate doses. Certain forms seem to be preferred for specific goals. Magnesium glycinate is often used for calming and sleep support because the attached amino acid is itself calming. Magnesium malate is sometimes used for muscle and energy support. Magnesium citrate can support bowel movements in people who tend toward constipation. More advanced forms that cross more easily into the brain are being studied, but long-term evidence is still limited. The right dose depends on how much you already get from food, your kidney function, your medications, and your gut tolerance. This is why it is important to discuss magnesium supplements with a clinician who knows your history, rather than copying someone else's dose from the internet. Who needs to be careful? For many healthy adults with normal kidney function, moderate magnesium intake from food and sensible supplements is usually safe, but there are groups who must be more cautious. People with kidney disease cannot clear magnesium as easily. Their levels can climb too high if they take strong supplements without medical supervision. People with very low blood pressure, slow heart rhythms, or certain conduction problems may need extra caution because magnesium can further relax blood vessels and affect rhythm. People who take specific medications, such as some diuretics, heart drugs, and antibiotics, may have interactions with magnesium that change how those medicines work. This is why magnesium is not a toy. Even though you can buy many forms without a prescription, it still acts on electricity, muscles, and blood vessels. If you have chronic illness or take regular medication, do not add strong magnesium supplements without asking the clinician who follows you. Food-based magnesium and gentle doses may still be possible, but they should be part of a planned approach, a daily magnesium support routine. Let us imagine one realistic day that respects magnesium. In the morning, you start with a breakfast that includes some whole grains and seeds. For example, oats with pumpkin seeds and berries, or whole grain toast with nut butter and a piece of fruit. At lunch and dinner, you make sure there is at least one serving of dark leafy greens and one serving of beans or lentils most days of the week. A few times per week, you add a portion of fatty fish. If you drink coffee, you enjoy it, but you also match it with water, and you try not to let caffeine run the whole day. In the evening, you create a small wind-down ritual. If your clinician has cleared you to use a magnesium supplement, you might take a gentle dose of a well-absorbed form with a light snack 1 or 2 hours before bed. Over time, this pattern feeds your nervous system, your muscles, and your heart with steady magnesium instead of random spikes. The goal is not perfection. The goal is a rhythm that your body can trust. Should you test your magnesium? Testing magnesium is more complex than it seems. Most blood tests measure magnesium in the liquid part of the blood, but only a small fraction of your total magnesium is there. Most lives inside cells and in bone. You can have a normal blood magnesium level while your cells feel depleted. There are more advanced tests that look at magnesium inside red blood cells or in other tissues, but they are not always available and do not have perfect cutoff points. This means that a normal test result does not always mean you are at your personal optimal level. This is one reason why many clinicians look at the whole picture: your diet, your symptoms, your medications, and your lab results together. If your intake is clearly low, your lifestyle is stressful, and you have symptoms that match, a gentle increase in magnesium under guidance can be reasonable, even if your blood value sits in the normal range. Blood tests are helpful, but they are one piece of the puzzle, not the whole story. Conclusion: what to do next? Here is the big idea. Magnesium will not make you immortal, and it will not erase every symptom you have, but it is one of the core minerals your body uses to keep the lights on in almost every room of your internal house. When you give your system enough magnesium, your nerves can relax more easily, your muscles recover more smoothly, your heart rhythm feels more secure, your blood sugar responses become a little more cooperative, and your stress system does not have to shout as loudly. Real biohacking is not about chasing the rarest compound. It is about making sure the basics that run your biology are actually in place. If you choose to act on this episode, start with your plate. Add more magnesium-rich foods. Look honestly at your stress, your caffeine, your alcohol, and your sleep. If after that, you and your clinician decide that a magnesium supplement makes sense, choose a sensible form and dose that fits your body, not someone else's routine. If this was helpful, please like this video, subscribe to the XENOVITAS channel, and share it with someone who lives in constant tension and fatigue and might be missing this quiet mineral. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.